Yo guys, I've got a spark which I'm going to use to ignite the fire for a brand new episode of the Skylanders Trap Team Trap Master Nightmare Locke here on the channel. This is française edition, as per the norm, where it seems as though getting around at present the right way was too much to ask. But we're here with Crypt King rather than Thunderbolt because unfortunately I was unable to solo shot Chef Pepperjack, and in the process Thunderbolt was defeated. Therefore, from this moment on in the Locke, he is classed as dead and cannot be used again. It's awfully tragic. I was really rooting and hoping for myself to get through that boss fight unscathed, but unfortunately that was too much to ask. And now the only air trap master remaining is Gusto, Thunderbolt's compadre, and so we're going to use him to open up his present, see if there's a level up orb inside, because between the sessions I did level up Gusto, just not all the way, but he does have all of his upgrades at long last, so he's definitely going to be a force to be reckoned with moving forward, because he is easily one of the best trap masters. That is when he's upgraded, so he'll no longer have the same flaws he did when we tackled the second chapter. Luckily it was only the second chapter, so Gusto got through that unscathed, but trust me, later levels with under-upgraded characters is a literal nightmare, or cauchemar in French. With that being said even, the game is asking us, do we want to travel to Côte de Poison Pluie? Oui. Yes, we do. And now we have more So Deep Stew to skip over, even though I'm meant to be listening to this stuff because we're doing the française edition, so the idea is to actually hear the French. My bad, that's habit speaking for you. Max looks a little crowded up there with Gusto too. Big fish!
Ok, donc nous devons retrouver ta pieuvre informatrice, nous occuper des pirates, ne pas se faire dévorer par le poisson mousson et trouver un endroit où atterrir dans cette tempête.
Ok, et si je te faisais visiter les environs, hein?
Here I am, having forgotten to take a moment of silence for our fallen comrade, so please join me as we honour his sacrifice to Thunderbolt. Okay, that should do it. Now, I'm doing this session after I premiered the debut episode, and I made a lot of people confused by my choice to play this game in French. To that I say, haha, I just learned French. And then other people told me that this isn't an authentic French edition because I haven't had a baguette a single time during this series. And they're absolutely correct. I should be ashamed of myself. Like, where are baguettes here? I need to go all stereotypical French on your asses. As you can tell, I have a very different angle for the face cam today. I figured this would work more easily because this way, my phone and my tripod are not in the middle of my screen and I can see the game in its entirety a lot more easily. That will hopefully lead to fewer mistakes. I'm just going to blame Thunderbolt's death on a number of factors. First of all, him not being at level 20. Second of all, half of the screen being blocked out by my face cam. Yeah, now with all those excuses out of the way, let's absolutely annihilate some pirates. I'm going to head back a little bit more as well, shuffle about in my seat. Whatever works best for face cam, you know. Oh, I got hit. That's particularly unpleasant, if I'm being perfectly honest. Luckily, this is why I have my hold Y button for, or should I say X, because that's the Xbox 360 controller for you. That's the might of melee Drobot for you. Wallop is so good. It's not so good as Boris. We're going to not be trapping him because that would be cheating. And we're not doing on cheaters now, are we? The enemies might be, but we are not. Okay, bring it on. I don't have the buff from the villain anymore, that's a shame. But not like Wallop here needs it. Oh, that's some annihilation right there. Anyway, we're going to have this orange slice. Not that we're going to be playing as Wallop for much longer because the Earth sections in this game are always incredibly short-lived. The game just doesn't want you to use a powerhouse that is Wallop all too often. It knows how overpowered he is. It knows. I forgot to press the RT button right now. So on that note, let us continue on. Itch my nose a bit because, well, it's itchy. And we're going to pop that into place right there. Oh, hell yeah. And itch my nose again because it continues to be itchy. Oh, the gloriousness of this face cam, am I alright? Also the contrast between my skin, about as pale as it gets, and the wire, the black wire. No, yeah, that's a contrast if I ever have seen it. I just completely spoke over Max's excellent French right there. My bad, but let's just say your French was super. Yeah, that's just about the only French I do know, because super is a word we also have in English, therefore it's kind of easy to remember. As well as beautiful. I'm pretty sure beautiful in French is beautiful, given that beautiful originated from France itself, and obviously there is a lot of French in the English language. That being said, Undead is about to pop up, so that means it's time for the debut of my armpit as well as shortcut and sniffly nose. As we all know, shortcut and my nose sniffling are unequivocally linked, so whenever shortcut's on screen I just have to sniffle my nose. That's how it works. I don't make up rules, I just reinforce them.
Un Skylander. Je suppose que c'est ma clé que tu veux. Dans ce cas.
Yeah, I could be doing that key actually, but you want a game of Skystones? Bring it. Chum, bring it. I was going to say something else then, but I think chum suffices, so let's be jouer, which I believe means play. So yeah, bring it on into Manche 1. Okay, so we got Slugger Trap, Chompy Mage, or Jumpy Marsh as the game would put it. Ship Creep. I'm pretty all of the villain names remain the same because names just do that between languages, you know.
Buzzer Beak.
Yeah, you got Buzzer Beak. Yeah, Buzzer and Beak are definitely different in French, but obviously the name isn't a literal translation because names, as I said earlier, I'm pretty certain they remain the same. That being said, with the might of Cuckoo Clacker, we beat Bucko. Now get out of here, Bucko. Sure, whatever you have to say there, my friend. Whatever you have to say. I'm gonna chomp some things. Oh, yeah, to the air. Ooh, keys, don't mind if I do. Chop, 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 chop. I don't know why I'm saying chomp, because chop and chomp are two completely different things. A chop is a cut and a chomp is a bite. That's what makes them two different things. Duh! So that being said, let's listen to this story scroll.
Je n'ai rencontré qu'une fois un pilote aussi extraordinaire que moi, et aussi beau gosse que moi, et c'était moi.
Oh, they're hilarious in French, I'm telling you, but it's time for us to continue and continue chopping, apparently. Yeah, chop it all! Who would have known that scissors took down wooden benches with such ease? Also, who the fuck sits on those benches? Because those benches are like half the size of NPCs, so how the hell are NPCs supposed to fit their asses into those chairs right there? Oh, is that right, Mastermind? Go on and bring it. A lot of this today. Anyway, these fools that are going down. I'm fighting these guys because I want to. I want shortcuts to at least get some sort of combat in his debut. Despite the fact that we don't actually need to do any of this, we can just bypass it all because we have the keys to unlock the door already. But it's Mastermind, he's not exactly a tough boss, he's just a bit of an annoying boss because he can't stop moving. Luckily that's what I went mashing attacks for. Oh yeah, baby. Okay, let's bring in some puppets too whilst we're at it. This guy's going down with a mic of my 9. Because these puppets remind me of the movie 9. And not what No is in German. Though No would be a name of an awesome film, no doubt, or an awesome name for a film. Whether the film Nope is going to be awesome or not is yet to be seen because as of recording of this, it's not out yet. But I'm still looking forward to Nope, all the same, because it's a fun title, and I'm hoping the fun title correlates into a fun film. Or maybe it won't, and then, you know, I can make the pun that, was it a good film? Nope! Or was it not a good film? Nope! Which means it was a good film, so either way I can use the pun, I suppose, but I did have to think about it for a minute there before I wound up butchering the joke. So I tend to do that when I think before I speak, or when I don't think before I speak, actually. See what I mean? I'm butchering it already! Okay, we have the villain popping up, so it's time for Nightmare in Nightmare mode.
Impossible de te cacher.
I actually really quite like her catchphrase in French. I wish that was her actual catchphrase. Yeah, get wrecked, people! Oh, and don't get me horn. Yeah! Oh, they're getting wrecked alright. Now, what's really interesting about Nightmare is that you just have stack damage, and it's really useful for boss fights. We figured that out with Choppy Mage, but against enemies, the fact that you kill them off before you have the opportunity to stack the damage really wastes her good ideas in execution now, doesn't it? Oh boy, but I hate that jumping attack. That jumping attack is basically useless. Boy, here I am realising that Nightmare could have done with a level up orb, not Gusto. And look at that, level 17, and no wonder why she's level 17. This is the furthest she's ever made it in the Trapmaster Nightmare Locke. Stop hitting me, it's awfully rude up here, old chum. Okay, that's it, this guy's going down, he's going down. Told you so. Yeah, get wrecked, son. We're getting healing too, which I didn't even notice about. Another Skylander to add to my follow-up video for Skylander healing abilities, I suppose. What can I say? I don't play this character enough to even recognise that she has one of those healing abilities, which is why I'm making a sequel, because it turns out when I made that video, there was a shit ton of characters that I forgot about when it came to healage. Apparently there's just not enough broken healing abilities out there, so if developers went on ahead and made more. Like for this game, healing is left, right, centre. Every single undead Skylander in this game can heal, despite the fact that you can't say the same for life. Food Fight can't heal, though the other three can. But for High Five, to get his healing fruit, you need to also do his tertiary attack that deals damage. So in the end, the two kind of even each other out rather than, you know, healing him. Yeah, High Five is a bit of an odd case. One of the early Skylanders can actually deal self-inflicted damage similar to that of Ghost Roaster, actually. But I'm pretty sure him and Ghost Roaster are the only people who actually can do that. Okay, here we go. We have clones. Now this in Crash for Skylanders Locke is where he lost Lobstar, so my aim is not to do the same, despite the fact that I'm playing on the Nightmare difficulty, so I'd really be putting Crash into his place if I didn't lose a character here now, wouldn't I? Even though he was playing as Nightlight to represent Lobstar, because he did weird rules with the Light and Dark Trapmasters. You know, me, rather than do the weird rules, I just play as them doing villain zones. Oh yeah. Anyway, that guy's out of here, and soon she shall be too. Boom, and we're gonna drop her in the water. I don't know what we all talk about here, Max. This is hilarious. Then we all just have a good swim. Oh, what was that? I can't quite understand you. I suppose after the donkey one last time. She's totally getting annoyed now. You can tell in the tone of her voice right now. So let's actually drop her. Oh wait, never mind. I changed my mind.
N'oublie pas, je suis déjà morte. Et je vais te hanter. Alors j'apprécie de me promener comme ça. Hein. C'est très agréable. Mais si tu voulais bien me déposer de l'autre côté, hein?
Wow, wow, wow. Yabba, yabba, yabba. She really went on that time, didn't she? Okay, we've built ourselves a bridge. How fan-freaking-tastic. But now we need to continue to advance, so Lobstar can tackle the might of the Brawling Chain. Wish me luck, because that is definitely a tough boss. But luckily, Lobstar does have, well, his stars to lob from a fast distance, so that will hopefully come in clutch. That's the hope, anyway. I'm also going to blow this up mainly because I feel like it. Boom, get that out of here, man. Get it out of here. So there's that water zone I was alluding to earlier. And here is my Lobstar figurine having been put onto the titanium pool. Once again, she seems to be rambling on. Now I'm very worried about the next level, which I'm going to be recording straight after this, and I'm worried about it because Monster Marsh has a magic zone leading into an arena, and because none of the magic Trapmasters are all that good, I'm fearful for their lives. I'll probably go through with Enigma because I have more hope in him than I do Blastermind. And for Secret Service of Supreme Stink, I also need a Magic Skylander for the entirety of the arena, so this game just really loves throwing you into arena challenges with the magic element. Which for the cause, that's fine, because the cause can handle themselves, not the Trapmasters. Just about the only element in this game where the cause far outweigh the Trapmasters. Like Deja Vu and Cobra Cadabra, boy do I wish they were the Trapmasters. If I could do a mix of Trapmasters and cause in this game, who would I replace trap masters and cores with. Oh, I kind of almost froze the game there, but it was just me unlocking an achievement. But that being said, so magic, I would swap out the 2 trap masters for the cores. Let's see, what else? Earth, I would swap out head rush for fist bump, definitely. Die. Or maybe even Rocky Roll. Like, Rocky Roll can hold his own. He managed to solo shot Golden Desert in the porn version of, let us not forget. Get his fool as lots to go. Ow! That was just mean. He kind of like moved his lob from back there to up to exactly where I was standing. That is surely inconvenient, at least for us it is. For him, he was doing his job well. That being said, Earth, I'll swap out head rush for fist bump. Life, I would switch out Tough Luck for food fight. Air, I would probably keep the same. As much as I love Blades, he isn't the most useful in Nightmare mode, given how close and personal he needs to get with enemies. Plus, that and also Gusto and Thunderbolt are dumbstrip broken. Thunderbolt, if not having to deal with an entire boss fight, probably would have made it to the very end, to be perfectly honest. He definitely could have tackled Tycoon Chrome Chapter 15, he definitely could have tackled Time Town, and he definitely could have got past the air sections into the very final level. So yeah, air I would keep the same. Fire I would replace Kaboom for Torch. Torch is so dumbstupid broken, and her projectiles are even better than Kaboom's, and she has better health too. Like Kaboom has the equivalent health at level 20 as what most characters have at level 1. His health bar is a fucking joke. Speaking of fucking jokes, I should really concentrate before I lose Lobster. Here, his lack of health isn't helping anything. Boom! But that attack certainly is helping stuff, because that attack is really dumbstupid broken, and I love it. What else? Water I'd keep the same. I'm sure it's a good thing too, because I'm using one of the water characters right now, so hopefully we haven't said that didn't just jinx nothing. But one more charge attack should get us pretty close to defeating him. Or it could just defeat him, that also works. Light and Dark, I would replace Nightmare for Blackout in all honesty. I'm definitely keeping Nightlight though. But Spotlight is also really fucking good, so that's actually a really hard switch to call. Then Undead, I would also keep the same, though Backspin and Funny Bone are both very, very good, as what makes Undead easily the best element in this game. So again, that's a really tough one to call, but Shortcut and Crypt King are so good that there's no switching them out, especially not Crypt King. Tech, I would swap out Jawbreaker for Chopper. Anyone else? So I'm just trying to think of the elements I haven't talked about yet, and I think that's pretty much all of them. So switching out Trapmasters of course, that is what I do. Both the Trapmasters, Head Rush for Fist Bump, Kaboom for Torch, Jawbreaker for Chopper, Nightmare for Blackout, and Tough Luck for Food Fight. That's pretty much it. So now let's take out some fools, but I believe the villain pops up one more time, so it means we're going to get to end of this level with Nightmare. Oh yes. Speaking of Nightmare, let's bring her out and hope not to die. There we are. More armpit cam for the win. I know you guys are really looking forward to that. More of the armpits, that is. How could you not be right? Armpit is glorious, just like my mustache, just not nearly as glorious as my mustache, because there is no rival for mustache. And I've definitely typed in the video that there is no rival in the mustache. Die. That's not what death looks like. Yeah, unfortunately I have to keep these titles really short because Skylanders, Trap Team, Trap Master, a Nightmare, Locke, française edition takes up like 80% of the title. So yeah, the rest of it definitely needs to remain on the shorter end, mind you. But that being said, I think we came out this combat with more health than we had going into it, thanks to the mighty bar healing abilities. And you know what? Let's collect this legendary treasure. Why the heck not? We're here. We have a Track Master who's not maxed out, so the gold could be put to good use. The treasure, legendary truth. I think truth means found. Found legendary treasure. Because I believe truth is at the end of every single collectible. And that's the thing I checked, like the story scrolls and legendary treasure have nothing in common besides the fact that you find them throughout, so yeah, that would make sense. So it could not mean that, and I could be being really dumb right now, which sounds about right for me. Anyway, it's time for some more crane games. Get over here, you frickin' Leviathan. Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought you'd be attracted to fish right now. I mean, it is pretty glorious fish, so I couldn't blame you. That being said, now we just got to head inside for things belly! And get the information squid. Boom, we got it. From inside its belly.
Désolé qu'il ait fallu que tu entres dans la gueule du poisson mousson pour ça, Skylander.
Alors, elle
Actually,
peut vraiment nous
kinda
apprendre des
hurt.
choses sur le Traptania?
Now
Elle
I
peut nous
instantly
apprendre des
regret
choses
my
sur tout
decision
et
to have
n'importe
just
quoi.
done that.
Donc, bien sûr, comment faire des brownies qui ne font pas grossir. Ah, ça, c'est pas possible.
Ok. Eh bien, rentrons à l'académie et voyons quoi faire ensuite.
That sounds like a good plan. Let's do that. Not that I entirely understood what the plan was, but let's do it all the same. All this glorious stuff and a Quartermaster's rank as cherry on top of the cake. Do not mind if we do. I think I just got a notification pop up on my laptop. No doubt you heard that, and you can probably also hear the Xbox 360 running like crazy in the background. Apparently it takes a lot for my poor dear old console to process this game.
Un petit instant. Ça ressemble pas à ma pieuvre informatrice.
Chaos?
Salut les ahuris. Ou plutôt les amis. C'est moi, Cass. N'ayez pas peur, je ne viens pas vous détruire, même si j'ai déjà essayé de nombreuses fois. Non, non, cette fois je suis...
Now, how did he free himself from a gold? That's what I want to know.
Aider, eh oui, vous aider.
To release Callie from gold, we had to find the goldfish fire in Mags' mention closet. But where did Chaos have access to that exactly?
Pas si vite, le nabot. La confiance, ça se mérite, tu sais. Bien sûr, je serais ravi de la mériter. D'ailleurs, je vais commencer par vous aider à découvrir ce que mijote cette pathétique tête flottante Dreamcatcher. Qu'en dites-vous, les amis?
Yeah, I'm weary, but all of this weariness will hopefully pay off in the next episode, where of course we tackle Monster Marsh, a level that we should very much be fearful of, because it can be quite problematic for our upcoming Enigma runtime, I suppose. With that being said, let's roll that outro without further ado. With that being said and done, this video is coming to an end, and I want to thank you all so much for watching. By merely clicking on this video, you've shown support and helped it garner recognition so it can reach many other viewers here on YouTube. I'd love to see you take the extra step and leave a like on the video if you enjoyed. Also be sure to comment below and push that subscribe button whilst you're down there. By clicking elsewhere on screen, you can either check out a video that's specifically picked out for you, or you can check out the rest of the playlist for a series you just watched. Before ending off, I'd like to thank all of my Blazing Knights and Scorching Dragons whose support help make these videos possible. I'll be seeing you in the next video, and until that moment arises, peace!